All right, drunk history fans, please welcome to the stage from Late Night with Seth Meyers, Amber Ruffin.
Hey, you guys, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming out. We are very excited to be here. We are drunk history. All we need is a suggestion of a, no, I'm just kidding. We want to talk to you about the history of drunk history and how we all got into it and what we have planned for season 6. Is that okay? Cool. Then I'm going to need you to help me welcome out Derek Waters, Taryn Killam, and Rich Fulcher.
Get down. Y'all ready for this?
I like beer.
That was 30 seconds. That was 30 seconds. I love you.
You guys, we'd like to start off by telling you how we got involved with drunk history.
Yeah, backstory. Backstory.
So, hey, Dee,
Hi.
how'd all this come about?
Oh, for me?
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
gosh, we got to start. Okay. Well, it all started on a dark, very depressing night. Now, but for real, yeah, drunk history started over a couple of drinks with dear friend Jake Johnson.
the nude.
Actor, new girl, lots of stuff. And,
Enter the Spider-Verse.
He's doing Spider-Verse right now, yes. And Jake was telling me a story. We all have hung out with friends that are telling stories that are, oh, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. We've all hung out with friends that are telling stories that we know probably aren't true when they're drunk. But he was so passionate about trying to tell me that Otis Redding knew he was going to die when he got on the plane. And he was like, Otis looked at his wife and he was like, you take care of yourself, Otis. You got to take care of yourself because Otis has got to go. And his wife was like, I know. I'll see you when you come back. No, Otis has got to go. And he just kept telling me this story. And I was just like, oh, that's cool, Jake. And I was picturing Otis Redding moving his lips, but also shaking his head at me at the same time. But I thought, well, maybe that story is true. What's something that you can prove is right or wrong? And also a subject that people don't discuss over drinks, and I thought history. And so it was a one-time thing, a one-time idea, and somehow I got here at Comic-Con.
We're here.
No.
NYCC 18.
That's true. Yeah, so it was just something that I still believe all good things come out of is just starting out of fun. It wasn't ever planned to be anything except for, hey, let's get a camera and film this in our friend's backyard. I asked a dear friend, what's a moment of history that you feel more people need to know about? And he said the duel between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
Yes.
And
Classic.
First. Yeah, and so yeah, so we did it, and my goal still is I want it to still feel like it's your friends in your backyard making your own little stories, but also the secret goal is that you guys are learning something, including myself. So yeah,
Let's all learn, people.
Yeah, education. Amber, how about you? How did you get started?
I started with drunk history by... Thank you, I love you too. That's my sister, and that's not a joke. I started with drunk history by narrating an episode, and I was pretty drunk, and it was very fun. I should say very drunk, and it was very fun.
Have you guys ever seen the Claudette Colvin story?
Yeah. It's real. Can you believe it? Girl, I could have died. And that was great, and that was exciting. And then we did the second story, and I threw up. And then we did the third story, and I also threw up. You know what? When you do drunk history, this is what you remember. You get there, you sit down, you have a couple drinks, and it is gone. I have no proof that except for hard video evidence, I have no proof that I've ever told such a story in my entire life. Every time you see it, it is, for the first time, it's brand new. You do not remember any of it. It's a mess, but it's also extremely fun, and I want to do it forever.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I don't black out. Do you?
All right, Rick.
Rich is here for
Not
the
bad.
topical commentary.
Political reference.
Do you want to explain how you got it started in drunk history? Sorry.
If you stop touching me, I will. Oh, how did I get started? You asked me to do it.
Oh, cool. All right, Taryn.
Said, hey.
I remember seeing the videos online. The first one I saw was Jack Black as Ben Franklin. And it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Cut to the premiere of Hall Pass.
I was in
Okay,
Hall Pass.
all right. I didn't mind it, but okay. All right. Fairley Brothers have a lot of other good ones.
It's true.
You know, that wiener in the face scene in the sauna, like,
Great
you know,
scene.
is bold. Derek's in Hall Pass, you pieces of shit. You
I had a beard. It's
disrespectful
hard to
fans. But I immediately accosted him and just told him how much I loved it and said, if ever you do any more, I'll hold a boom mic, just because I was such a fan of them. And then shortly thereafter, it went to series at Comedy Central, and you were generous enough to invite me to be a reenactor. And I've been a reenactor in at least one every season.
It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Now, this isn't the first one Taryn did, but this is one of the ones he did, and Rich is the narrator. Let's take a look at the history of Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harumph.
Taryn, how do you prepare for something like that?
Doing drunk history reenactments, and this is not hyperbole, is my favorite job to do ever in the world because I don't have to prepare at all. It's very easy. It's the first Hamilton, as you established. It's also the first lip sync karaoke, right? It's just like you show up on set, and Derek said it's like making a fun sketch with your friends in the backyard. It's exactly that vibe. And all the work's been done for you. He does all the work, right? By poisoning his bloodstream. But they kind of cut together a longer script of, they edit together, 10 minutes, and then they end up using 7 or so. And they just play it on a loop for you, like on a loudspeaker. So it's so easy, and it's so fun. And my favorite episode from the first season was Rich's, which was Lincoln's first case as a lawyer. Which is so good, and if you don't know, look it up. But
Look it up.
Look it up. And so when I got to do this one, I was very, very excited because he's so good. He's not trying. He's just effortlessly funny anyway. But when he gets drunk, he's so in the pocket of like the rhythms. It's a very lyrical rhythm, but he's also his onomatopoeia is on fuego.
You're saying I'm better drunk than sober.
No, that's not what I said. No. But, and then the only other thing I'll say about that episode is that chess piece you gave me to keep, and I still have it on the shelf in my office. I still have that. Because Derek Waters is my best friend, and I love him.
My favorite part is when he's just moving the chess piece without looking.
There's so many good things you do. Like, my favorite line in rewatching it was always, "Is happened." It's after a long run, but you're like, and he just kept winning, and is happened.
Well, that's true. I speak the truth.
No,
right?
it happened.
Rich, would you explain how you prepare, like what the process is of getting the story and
For the narration?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me? No,
No.
this is surprising. You'll be surprised.
I will.
I actually really study the history.
I know.
Because once you study the history, you automatically, start telling it when you're drunk. But just learn it and then forget about it, and it just comes out.
That's Corky St. Clair that said that.
Exactly. But what I'm
Really?
saying is,
Waiting
if
for
they've
Guff.
already learned it and they forget it,
Right.
why did they learn it in the first place? Do you know what I mean? It's that catch-22.
We could do this all day.
That baby in
study
a tire,
drunk?
that old thing.
No, but I feel like that's the best way, and then just not think about it.
Yeah.
You can't really think, can you?
No. Well, one of my favorite things, you can see Rich know that he doesn't know what's going to come out of his mouth. Every time we've done it, of me saying, like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? It's just trying to set him up for, I know however he's going to respond will be great. I would do anything for a Klondike bar except, how did you think of you wouldn't Wikipedia your dingus?
Because this is very logical, because obviously Wikipedia is everywhere, and so is my dingus. So I connected the two, right?
But how did you get from New York Mets to Klondikes?
Great point.
Well, that's for you to know and me to find out,
Well,
right?
it's funny, you guys, like, save what you just heard for like 20 minutes from now, because you're going to see something that he's never seen, and he just quoted himself that he doesn't realize.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Actually,
Ah!
it might not be in the clip we have, but I'm going to throw to this clip to show you guys, one thing of many that I'm very excited for season 6, that we're doing a parody of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah. And so this first little clip is the intro, and no, you'll see Getty Images, and actually you'll say Getty Images and know that it won't be like that no airs, but this is very raw, but I'm too excited to not show it to you. But this is a small little version of why it's fun to do with Rich, and it is an intro that leads into an outtake, and then we'll
I've never
talk about
seen
that.
this.
Yeah. So here we go. Are you afraid of the drunk?
And
That wasn't me.
Rich Vulture, king of the drunk narration!
Oh, my kids are in the audience.
That is true. His kids are here. Now, it's your first time seeing it. Are you okay? Or you feel all right?
I'm happy with it. I like the whole campfire aspect
It
of
was
it.
fun. We went camping.
Didn't you like that? Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna open up the questions, but really
I don't know
quick,
what to say, really.
Thank you guys for watching that. One other thing that I'm very excited to announce of season 6 is I want to live for a long time, so I've added a new element of season 6 where you're going to be seeing guest hosts in episodes, and 2 of those guest hosts are Taryn Killam and Amber Ruffin. So
Yeah!
that's pretty cool. Did you like doing it, Amber, as a guest host?
Yes, I did. It was very fun, and it was a mess. It's a mess. Your job is hard.
It's a mess. Yeah.
Drunk people are awful.
Who did you interview?
I interviewed John Lutz.
Oh.
He's the sweetest man in the world, but he can't stop talking. And you can't stop him.
Yeah, it's very hard.
You ever tell him to, like, shut up?
Well, I work with him every day, so that's not a special thing.
Okay.
I tell him to shut up a lot. But when he's drunk, he won't listen. But it was it was an excellent time.
It was fun, right? And Rich, you should know, only being on one end, you can never tell the narrator to shut up. You have to sit there and act like whatever they're saying, it's the smartest thing that they've ever heard.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Mother
yeah.
effers.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you get especially paranoid if you're drunk on the set.
That's true.
And you see a lot of cameramen or women, and everybody around you that aren't drunk, you just feel like,
You did something wrong.
yeah, exactly. And I get paranoid, so I drink more to get less paranoid.
It was interesting being in your shoes to see the process, because basically they're telling the story 3 to 5-ish times, and the first 2 runs are basically just to get them drunker and get whatever like bullet points of information you might not get later. But all the good stuff comes in the penultimate or final telling, yeah.
Ditto.
So let's hear some questions. Yeah, how do we do this? Yeah, you want to go first? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
So first off, I'd like to say I watch Seth Meyers every day with my brother, and seeing Amber Ruffin come out was amazing. Amber says what is one of our favorite segments. You should be very, very proud of it.
Thank you.
So my question for the panel is, are there any certain celebrities that you would like to see as reenactors or storytellers in upcoming seasons, or are there people you've reached out to who just flat out said, I don't get it, no?
I love Crystal. Sorry, somebody yelled Crystal West. There's a lot. It's hard because I don't want to let it seem like, they still haven't gotten Ken Burns. But there's a lot of people I try for, but the people I have, I'm very thankful for. And some people, let's be honest, we don't want to see them drunk, you know? No, I like seeing Rich drunk. I know he's okay. There's some people that I'm just like, I don't know if they should drink. But Rich is fine, yeah. But obviously, you know, the classics, Bill Murray and Eddie Vedder. Yeah, we'll try.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to thank you guys for finally being able to make my sister and my wife jealous enough that I'm now not in trouble for going out to dinner with my niece.
Wait, but you should go out. I mean, your niece is probably cool, no?
Well, she's coming to Comic-Con for her first time tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
So I'm fine. That's
yeah.
why I got away with it, because I got her the ticket. But I want to ask Taryn, and you're wearing the T-shirt, which is not quite the coolest thing in the world, but is there anything coming up with the
Wait. It's not the coolest thing in the world?
He's wearing his own T-shirt. I'm sorry, wearing his own comic T-shirt.
And that's not cool?
Getting
It's like
judged.
wearing your old band T-shirt.
Getting judged.
Yeah, we're writing a new series and
I didn't say-
everybody gets it but you.
But I want to know, is there anything more? But I love the book enough.
You don't like the self-promotion? I can respect that. She agrees with you. What is this?
It's like liking your own post.
Okay, and that's not cool either,
Yeah.
because I do that too. So literally, I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
I'm too old for that analogy.
Yeah.
So.
It's
there anything-
Comic-Con, and I created a comic book, and it felt appropriate. Thank you. That's nice of you. Thank you. But I hear you, and when I get home, I'll burn it. Yeah, Mark and Draco and I are talking about doing a second series of it. Yeah.
Because a great concept for a
Thank
book.
you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And thanks for the burn.
I'm not wearing a T-shirt.
Hi.
Hi. My question is there anyone that while you're filming you're like, shoot, that person is way too far gone? And second question is, do you ever have to fact check them?
They're all fact checked. I humbly say that another secret of the show is, besides the dialogue, it's all true. These stories that's the secret goal, is that I'm telling these true stories in a way that won't make you fall asleep. You know, that you'll laugh and then be like, I wonder if they're true, which you just did. And yes, they're all true. It's just, you know, he never said now get me some fucking pancakes. But the intention was the intention is there. Yeah.
Didn't you say like a history teacher came to you like, this is really true, but I wish I could teach it? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite compliment is a teacher that, you know, can it's secretly an education show. And I don't think I always have believed it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And comedy is a very beautiful thing in the way of you can get a lot of people's attention without them knowing you've got their attention. Yeah? Yeah.
Wow.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
What's your
Nailed
question,
it.
pal?
Oh, hey, I'm Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Thank you for coming out today. Really appreciate it. So you guys have some reenactors that pop up in more than one episode. My favorite is Jason Ritter. Whenever he shows up, I just start cracking up. Who's your favorite to bring back every now and then?
Very awkward.
I like you two.
I'm feeling pretty down from like 2 questions ago.
No,
But
and,
go ahead
and I
and
wouldn't
answer
have
honestly.
I wouldn't have asked Taryn here if I didn't feel that way. And there's certain types of people that we've had on the show that have a certain, like anyone, I humbly say, please, I have a lot of confidence, but I'm not good at what Taryn and Evan Rachel Wood can do. I don't know how to explain it except they take on the words and then also like move their body in a way that I'm like, is this Thriller? Like, I don't know what this is, but I love it. And you've become the character you're playing and the narrator's voice, you know? So, yeah, I like them all. But
Kirsten Dunst is another one who I always watch and am amazed by. She's so good at it. Jack McBrayer is great. I agree. Jason's one of the best. I agree. He's so good.
I love Bill O'Reilly when he does it.
Nope. No. Nope.
Amazing.
Not a thing that's happened.
No.
Did I say that? Oh.
No. Fuck
Well,
no.
do it live.
fuck it, I'll do it live.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Misty, like the weather.
Hi, Misty.
I just have a question for what you actually just showed us. How many takes did Evan have to do for that last bit? Like, rah, like. I'm just,
Man,
just
and
out of
this
curiosity.
is hard for me to talk about because it's gonna sound like I'm talking about myself, but like I was so excited to share that. I have been doing trying to do comedy in this thing for 18 years, and like seeing that thing, I was just like, this is not my show. I'm just part of something. I'm on this vessel, and I'm just picking up anything I can. We did a rehearsal because she had to do so many of those, all of this man's words. And I was like, I want to make sure we block it. We just let's see how it goes before we go to lunch and see how long this is going to take. Everyone at the table had their script except for her, and I was like, oh no. But literally every single line, maybe 4 takes of that just to have different versions of how she was going to say it. But I was like, you're so good at this. And she's like, yeah, this concept, it taps into a talent that I have that I can't show anywhere else. Yeah, so very little.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is a moment that I hope we'll get in the episode somehow where I just saw them sitting there, and I always like to end the day with people laughing. So when she was done that, I just played Deo, you know? And she looked at the table and immediately goes, Artho, are you doing that? And they all did. And this was before that Vogue video that I just saw of them all doing the Beetlejuice dance. But anyway, I could go on and on about that. So 4 takes.
Okay, cool, thank you.
So, Derek, this question is for you. So, basically, obviously, they pan to your face very often.
They do, yeah.
And I have to point out that a lot of times it looks like you're legitimately concerned whether or not people are going to get through the segment. So, is that just your drunk face, or is there like an actual issue?
I have a resting drunk face, yeah. I think there's a couple of things. My goal is that I'm you, not you, but the audience, and I want you, the audience, to feel like, oh, I'm concerned, and just so you guys know, I'm gonna take care of him or her, and they're fine. But yeah, if something is said that's outrageous, but it's so funny, and I have to keep it in, I have to show a shot of me going, that's crazy.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, how are you?
Hi, my name is Rodrigo. I travel a lot, and I notice there's international versions of Drunk History. Are you involved with those at all? And how we can watch them here in the States, so I don't have to fly across the world to watch them.
Yeah, is that cool? You get a plane ticket.
The Iceland versions are awesome. They kick ass.
I don't know how you. There's a UK. There's an Australian. I believe a couple more. But your question is, how do we see them? Or
are you involved with them at all, or is it just Comedy Central doing their own thing?
I'm not involved. I got a really good recommendation once from one of the best, Stephen Merchant, who did The Office with Ricky Gervais, and he said, let people do a cover, but don't try to write the cover song. So I'm very, very humbled by other people wanting to do it, but I've no involvement at all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and you actually sort of touched on my question. I'm a teacher, and there's been many times where I'm like, if only it wasn't with obvious sexual references and cursing. I could show this in class, and it'd be great.
Take the sound out.
I'm about to say, have you ever considered editing or beeping and just deleting those super sexual stuff and trying to make some sort of curriculum opportunity for social studies teachers?
Tipsy history?
Like a PG-13 version? I don't know.
Well, yes.
I guess it's an interesting avenue, I'd say.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, but I humbly say, if I did that, there's still, and not that one's better than the other or worse, but I would never want kids to watch anyone drunk. That would be the first stop.
And my kids are here.
But maybe it was animated and Rich was a lion, because I've always felt like if I could redo Wizard of Oz, I got my lion. Even though you do have courage, I just think you would be a great lion.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for being a teacher. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
I'm gonna make sure we get to you, Pig. Okay. Hi.
Hi, I'm Bernie. I'm a huge fan. I was here at the panel last year, and did not disappoint this year.
Do we step it up?
You always step it up.
Woo, we did it!
I was curious if you ever considered having Barack Obama on doing Drunk History of the 2016 presidential election.
Oh, him discussing it? Him discussing it?
Yes.
But yes. But would we want to see?
No, I don't. I just like him discussing it. Just like sober history with Barack Obama.
Oh, I got one. Obama is sober and all the reenactors are drunk.
Yeah!
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You cracked the code!
I said it. All right, yes, I'll try that.
It's as good as booked.
Text him. Tell him I'll Skype him later.
I'll get you the hookup. Absolutely.
Thank you.
First of all, cool shirt. Ignore what anybody else says.
You're pointing at Rich, right?
Sure.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yacht rock, baby.
Second of all, you guys do an awesome job of taking topics that might be kind of boring and making them really compelling. Can you do an episode about classical music? Because there's lots of badass stories to be told. Like, Beethoven was the original Rihanna. No one knows that.
The original Rihanna.
How could we do it, though? He was deaf, so how does that work? I'm not quite sure.
I can help you out. I've got 2 degrees.
Oh, that's nice. Congratulations. And yes, I love classical music. I just wish they would talk more. Sorry, stupid. No, but I do like classical music. That's a great idea. Thank you. Pig, can you hold on 1 second? Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Hello, I'm not as interesting as the pig, but my name is Talia.
Hi.
And first of all, I wanted to say that I don't laugh out loud to a lot of things, and I laugh out loud to this a lot. So thank you for this.
Thanks for saying that.
And I wanted to ask, what's your go-to drink for an interview?
Oh, for me or
anyone?
Oh. For any of the guests, yeah? Or for
Anyone, honestly. Everyone.
Just
everyone.
I like bourbon. Zima? Sorry.
2 words, rot gut. No, margaritas.
I like Blanton's, which is a Kentucky bourbon on rocks.
What is that word? I drink vodka Red Bull because I'm 17.
Thank you.
21. It's not good for humans.
21.
Pig.
Hey, pig. Oh! Hi.
Hi, Pig. Welcome.
I don't know that many characters. Will you tell me what your character is first?
Saw.
Oh.
Jigsaw, right?
His apprentice.
His apprentice.
Oh. I haven't seen Saul yet.
Oh.
Do you want to play a game?
Okay, Saul. Let's hear it, Saul. What's your question? Seesaw.
Jigsaw's apprentice.
I see Saw.
I came, I saw.
We kicked its ass. That's Ghostbusters.
So, big fan of the show. I especially love when you do stuff on film history because I study film. I study a little bit of film myself. I'm just curious. What is your favorite historical topics to touch on, and what's topics that you'd like to touch up on more for future seasons?
That's such a good question.
Watching her say that is fucking hilarious.
So well thought out.
That's
so eloquent.
She took that head off. She's the cutest person you've ever seen. Under the ugliest thing I've ever seen. It was awful.
Oh. We're laughing in a compliment that you're very sweet, and that's a very nice question. And not that your outfit isn't nice, it's just we didn't see that coming. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really great. We thought you were going to ask why didn't we've done Charlotte's Web, #Wilbur. But don't do the history of the bacon. Sorry. Well, I humbly say that being able to do stuff like Are You Afraid of the Drunk, to me, allows me as a snob to be like, oh, and then I can do stories like Claudette Colvin and stories that have, no offense to Frankenstein, a more serious and important issue. So it's just, how do I sprinkle them around? We have a story this year about this woman by the name of Martha Mitchell, who was Martha the Mouth, who knew about the Watergate break-in, but was silenced by men. And so we have that going on, which is Vanessa Bayer and Tony Hale. But just, important issues that are happening right now, but telling them in a way of this happened 30 years ago, get your fucking shit together, without, Yeah, so issues that make me go, why haven't we learned anything? And let's try to learn something. Those issues. Sorry, that seemed like I was...
Yeah,
Yes?
but finish
We have
it,
8
right?
seconds, sorry.
No.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Hi, buddy.
Hi, I'm Quinn. What other substances would you like to do history?
Look, it's a good question. I humbly say, no offense to all the drugs in the world, but for this premise, alcohol does something that I unfortunately have to admit. It gives you false confidence. You're not that smart, but when you're drinking, you feel like you're the smartest person in the world. So that, and to me, let's be honest, if it was marijuana, it would be a 3-hour-long show. It would be a lot of theories. You wouldn't get to the point. And all the stories would somehow end up being about how the narrator got fucked over. So
I would like to see shroom history.
if it's you, I will do.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Do we have time for one more? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, hi.
Hi. First, thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited that you guys are here. Also, I want to know if you've ever been legitimately concerned that someone was too drunk. Has anyone gotten alcohol poisoning or gotten clothes? And what's...
That's all our time. I'll see you guys later. No, I mean, yes. Yes, I have. And that's why we have a medic. As unfunny as that is, there's a medic on set. So everyone's
And they're
always
drunk.
Yeah. Well, they're on shrooms, yeah. No, it's very safe because, I'm not saying this because I have a microphone, but I'm picking any human being I would never want to hurt or have do the show and make them get sick. I don't like that. You can see that there's no more vomiting because I'm not a fan of that. I did think it used to be funny to see it and have someone still want to tell you something, but now I'm over that. Season 1 problems, you know what I mean? But yes, if I'm ever concerned, we stop because life is more important. Yeah, and safety. Yeah, don't drink. All right. Do we have to go?
Thank you.
Are we okay? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You've been waiting. Sorry.
Thank you. It's okay. my name is Julia. I just want to say how much I love all of you guys.
Thanks.
I am especially biased toward the Roebling episode because I grew up in Roebling, New Jersey. So, yeah, it's a tiny little town. It used to be terribly polluted and everything, but whatever. Anyway, so I just want to say I love you guys. I was going to ask about stoned history, but dude in front of me kind of got to that. So I just
I'm
wanted
not
to...
saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying why I wouldn't do
Oh,
it.
no, it's just statute of limitations has passed, and I used to
True.
do something very similar in college with a lot of kids, helping them tutor history, similarly to drunk history, but yeah, stoned, it was great. I helped my friends learn about the Boston Tea Party. Like, yeah, we're not gonna be like handling that like that, and we just threw that shit overboard. Like, that's how I
Yeah,
teach.
right, yeah.
I helped a lot of people graduate, and so yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Finish it. We'll finish it, yeah? All right, go ahead. 2 more, guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Hi, love the show. My husband
Oh,
and
he's
I
been here,
watch-
but sorry, I just saw his shirt. Sorry. All right. No, we don't need to advertise that. All right, one more question.
I thought it was fantastic whenever I see episodes where the reenactors are crossing gender, and I noticed that happens a fair amount. I was curious whether when you guys go on and do the reenactment, you are choosing your own characters, or if those are how those are assigned.
Yeah, it's always been assigned to me.
Good job.
Good. Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
do what I'm
sometimes
told.
we mix race, sex, just to make it like...
Maria Blasucci probably switches the most, right?
Yes,
She does,
Maria
yeah.
Blasucci, who you see in every episode, who's she's everything to the show. But yeah, she plays a man maybe more than a woman. She's a woman, Maria. Yes, we'd like to just, why, like, I don't know. It's hard to answer except like, why not make Hamilton and Burr women? Like, they're the 2 best people for the part. Why shouldn't it be them?
I played a man every time, but I'm a woman.
Has anybody ever requested to play a historical figure and then reenacted it?
Oh, Jack Black. That was the first one. That he said he always wanted to be Ben Franklin. And that's the reason why there's more than one, because I didn't want to do it anymore. And then it was the YouTube one, and he's like, I've always wanted to be Ben Franklin. Can you do that? I'm like, who knows about Ben Franklin? We got to get Jack Black. So, yeah. And you wanted to play Bobby Fischer?
Yeah. In my dreams.
Thank you very much. All right, last question.
Awesome. Hey, Amber. Hi. Sorry, my throat is all.
Hi.
He's dying.
I was here last. I was
Medic.
here last year. You guys are great. I had an idea. If you guys do a drunk history games, you get multiple people drunk. Whoever can tell the story the best wins. So you
But
can
who's the judge?
You, I guess. You could film it again. You could film the same short three times with 3 different drunks and see which one plays out the best.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right.
Yoink.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Bao. Thank you, everybody. And I really appreciate it. It means a lot.